You're welcome back. It's still Prime Morning on Joy Prime TV, and we've gotten to our special series belt. It's called The Secret and Confessions series. And basically what we do is we have real people come into the studio and share with us real stories that, bother them, something that's eaten them up. And we have them share those stories, and we offer some sort of help to these individuals. And today is no different. We have in the studio a young man who has a peculiar, sad story, and he wants to share that story with us. And for confidentiality purposes, we'll choose the name Kumsin for him. You're welcome, Kumsin.
Thank you.
And so, Kumsin, tell us, what is your story?
I will start from, I met this lady and we got married, and he come from different place. I also come from different place. He's having 2 children before we met, and I want to make it summary so that we can. Before, he hid our marriage certificate with the mother. I wanted to register her to where I work so that he can have opportunity to hospital. So I demand, and I got to know that he have had the certificate. He couldn't bring it up to now for the past almost 11 years. So I even forgot about it. So then I begin to see that there's a lot of things are happening. So I also beginning to monitor her. So what happened is that after that, I have to go to where I can get a letter to my company to accept her as a couple. And later I also read that the S was flirting with her. I asked her to become a bro. And later I got to know that he even have abortion with her. For the sake of the secrecy, I don't want to mention the place. So I informed the mother. The mother told me that marriage is not compulsory. So I forgot about it. Then later, I also realized that he's also have S guy at Accra here. And I got the number and I called. And the guy apologized to me that, he's sorry that this is what is happening. He don't know that he have got married. Then I approached her and he told me that he's sorry. And upon all this, anytime you want to have an affair or intimacy, he demand money. Previously, I was thinking that maybe he's in need of money for the mother. But later I said, no, he's serious. So one time, he got pregnant and said, if I don't give the money, he will abort the baby. So I called the mother. The mother didn't say anything. So I have to pay the money. So the first child, I think I paid 1,500, second one 2,500. What happened is that if you don't pay the money, you will be threatening that you will go and abort the baby. So you have to pay. And I have a lot of evidence also even to prove, but because of 1 or 2 reasons, I can't pay it on the show. So this thing continued on and on and on and on. So one time I was sleeping and he said he needed some money. I couldn't give the money. He poured water on me. And later...
She poured water?
Water on me, midnight around 12 o'clock.
What kind of water? Like normal water?
But later in the morning, I saw that he called the mom and they are discussing. They speak different language. They don't speak Akan. You understand? But I can understand when he speak the language. So I hear that the mother was saying that why he didn't use hot water. Then say he couldn't get hot because that time we don't have enough gas. It means that they plan that you pour hot water rather. You understand? But unfortunately for that day, we don't have gas.
Okay. So let's now break your story into bits. This young lady you're talking about, how did you meet this young lady?
I guess, one of my brother called me to come and assist him to get a loan. Can I mention the location?
I mean, if you want to.
Oh, okay. At Adenta. And I meet the lady there. And we do exchange of numbers.
I mean, how did you meet her? Is it that you just met her on the street?
Yes, yes, just met on the street.
Okay.
Then I also fall in love with her. That's what happened.
Okay.
Then, within a short time, he told me that he was pregnant. You understand?
When you met her?
Yes. I think
specifically how long?
Some 3 months ago, he said he was pregnant.
After 3 months of meeting her, she told you she was pregnant for you?
Yeah, for me.
Okay.
So I was confused. But he told me that if I didn't wedded her, you abort the baby. That's my fear. Okay. So quickly, I rushed to do the wedding for her. And then even they refused me to go to his hometown.
What,
so,
were you desperate for a child?
I'm not that desperate, but I don't know what came over me. But the thing just happened.
Okay.
You understand?
So she threatened that if you don't marry her, she's going to abort the baby. So the marriage, what kind of marriage did you have with her?
We do white wedding.
White wedding?
Yes.
Did you do traditional wedding?
Yeah, we did that one, but he refused to go to their hometown. I don't know what, but later I went to their hometown and the father...
No, so the traditional, did you guys have a traditional marriage?
Yes. Yeah,
you met her family?
Yeah, I met the family.
You met her father?
The father is not part. They ignored the father. They said, the mother said the father didn't take care of them, so they ignored the father. So the mother, brother, take the responsibility in Accra here.
The mother's brother?
Brother. Even his past is no more.
So the wedding, I mean, your family was heavily involved? Did you inform your family?
Initially, my mom was not interested, and my dad too. For now, my dad is passed, my mom also is passed. They are not interested, but I don't know what
you were
stubborn. Then,
so they advised you against the marriage, but you went on.
I went on.
So you had a little sort of traditional wedding, and then white wedding in a church.
Yeah. No, we went to the court. Later, we came back to the church. They prayed for us. Okay. Just a simple white wedding.
Okay. So you marry this young woman. She gives birth.
Yes.
And then, at what point did you start suspecting infidelity?
The day I requested the marriage certificate.
You requested
the marriage certificate.
So that what do you do with it?
To register her to where I work, so that you can have opportunity to attend
healthcare.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But then you have to prove that
as an insurance.
Yes.
Healthcare insurance.
Not insurance. The company demand document that
if you're a married person, they get your spouse information, yes. And she refused to give you the certificate. What was her reason?
I don't know. So later I got to know that he's communicating to the mother.
Okay.
That the husband is demanding this, blah blah blah. So I heard it, but I kept quiet.
Okay.
So if you to give it to me, then I also find me some way. Because you have to go to hospital. We have hospital, and you have to prove that before you can have access. So I have to go to court and get some letters and present to the company.
So this woman that's touting herself as your wife's mother, how sure are you that that's her mother? Are you very sure that's her mother?
Oh, the mother is a real mother. But I can see that they are desperate for, excuse me to use that word, I don't want to disgrace her in front of people, but they are desperate for property and money. That's what I see.
How so? How are they desperate for property?
Their demeanor and they are doing show.
What are some of the things they do?
As I'm saying, even when you want to have intimacy, you demand money. You understand? So
is it the mother demanding money?
Both. You see, they collaborate. There's one guy, I don't want to mention his name, he's a police officer. He even came in to threaten me and all that, but blah, blah, I even report them and blah, blah. And later I ignored them because I want to have my peace of mind because I'm aging and all that if I want to put those burden on me. But the mother is behind all that is happening. You see, but
so she calls the mom,
yes,
and gets insight from her to do whatever she wants to do with you. So I want to understand, so she gives birth to your first child.
Yes.
Was it during that period that you realized that she was not being faithful to you?
Where I realized that it's not being faithful to me is the day it demanded the marriage certificate. Because that day...
This was when? Was it during her pregnancy or...
No, after our firstborn.
After your firstborn?
Yes, after the firstborn.
Okay. How old was your firstborn at the time?
At the time, I think it was 5 years or so.
5 years. Yeah. How long have you been married to this woman?
Almost 10 years now.
Almost 10 years.
10 years.
Okay, so when your first child was 5 years,
Yes.
That's when you started suspecting that
or
something was going on. And did you talk to her about it?
Oh, we sit down. Normally, I don't talk too much. I normally sit her down, you know, but he have a lot of friends and the mother and other people they cope with. So I'm sure they give her, but as a human being, you have to also sit down and think for yourself. But the mother always influence her, friends influence her. You understand? Through me, he have learned trade and all that. But you know, as for that one, we leave it to God. His children, you have 2 children. The one even taking care of them. One is in university, one is in SS.
Who has 2 children?
The
woman had 2 children before you met
before
her?
I met her.
Okay.
Yes. And as you speak, one is in the university, one is in SS.
Okay.
All that.
And you were taken care of?
Yes.
So it means in all, you guys have 5 children, 2 from her herself, and you mentioned that you have 3 kids with her. Okay, so after the first pregnancy, she's given birth. I mean, what else happened?
Then I realized that he's having an affair outside the marriage. So, you know, it get to a time, something happened. The day he poured the water on me, he left the house almost 1 year.
Why did she pour the water on you?
He need money. It's about money. He was looking for some money and I couldn't provide that.
She asked you for the money. How much was this money?
That's 1,500 or so.
1,500 cedis. And you didn't give it to her, and she poured water on you.
Midnight.
Out of anger?
Out of anger.
Okay, and she left?
He left with the children almost 1. I reported this case several places.
To who? Who did you report to?
Oh, those who is aware, a lot of institutions are aware. Police and all that. Then later he came back. I saw that he was pregnant.
When she came back after leaving, for how long?
Well, almost 1 year.
1 year.
Yes.
And she came back, she was pregnant. For you?
It's not for me because for the long time we have intimacy.
Okay.
You understand? But initially I asked her, he couldn't talk. He kept quiet. You understand? But before our last born, he told me that he don't want to give birth again.
So, I mean, hold on with that. So she came back and she was pregnant.
Yes.
And obviously, did you ask her?
Yeah, I asked her.
And she said?
But if you see the demeanor, he was afraid.
So she didn't want to talk?
He didn't want to talk.
She didn't tell you anything?
Yes. He went to abort the baby. You understand?
She went to abort the baby whilst in your house?
So after they abort the baby, there are a lot of fleshing and misunderstanding. So he lived again. You understand?
But why did you allow her into your house with someone's pregnancy?
But initially, I don't know
because she's your wife?
No, initially, I don't know that he was pregnant.
Okay.
After some months, and I read that he was pregnant, I even took her to one of our pastors and we pray on all that. Before I begin to know that he was pregnant.
But you had not touched her?
We don't have any intimacy.
Sex.
You understand? We already, me myself, I advise myself already.
Okay.
And moreover, the children too is with her. So I have to handle the case maturely so that I can also get the children, because he cannot take care of the children. He's not working and all that. They don't have home. If you see where they are, it's very bad. They don't have water, light, and all that. But God grace me, I have water and all those things. So the children have their own places and they live as a family. So I was thinking about all those things as I kept quiet to manage the situation whereby I can get the children back to me.
So, I mean, she went to abort the pregnancy.
Yes,
What next happened?
After I brought the baby, then issues start coming. Misunderstanding, because I can't remember that it's not for me.
Okay.
And he also want to defend. Then he left again. And after he left, up to now, he didn't come again.
When did she leave?
Oh, now it's almost another 1 year again.
Okay,
yes.
So let's say she left in 2022.
Yes, 2022. Okay. So you know, almost 2 years and some months, because he left before this one, before another 6 months. So almost 2 years and some 6 months.
And you're saying that at every point in time that she got pregnant, you have 3 kids with her.
Yes.
Every point in time that she got pregnant, with your child, she demanded for money.
My first one, I paid 1,500.
Your first one, you paid 1,500.
Second one, 2,500. Third one is 3,000. No, the first one, 1,500. Second one, 2,000. Third one, 2,500. And what we will do is that after you take the seed, he will come and tell you that if you don't give the money, you will abort the baby. So you definitely you have to give, and that you go abroad. You already have done a lot of. I don't want to say some certain things.
So let me understand. Maybe at any point did you tell her that you were very desperate for a child? Were you desperate yourself for a child?
Well, as for me, I won't say yes and I won't say no, because so far as we are together, we need to make babies. So, and so far as I can take care of them, I think that is fine. You understand? And before you see, you have taken seed, and after taking seed, you demand the money.
Was it playfully or?
Before, the first one, I was thinking that maybe it's just the money for the mother. But later I said, no, it's serious. You understand?
And she takes the money, and what does she do with it?
Before you see the money got finished, when he asks, oh, I sent some to mommy, I sent some to this one, I sent some to this one, I will keep quiet.
Wow. So, I mean, coming here today, obviously, your story is a sad one. What are you hoping to get? Are you hoping to get her back? Are you hoping to? What do you want?
You know, I think Matthew 5:32 said, "It's only adultery can push a woman or a man from my marital home." So, and what I see and what I'm passing through.
What are you passing through?
A lot of trauma, a lot of confusion, and sometimes I even go off. Sometimes, first, I'm somebody who have a body, but I've reduced. And
what exactly is worrying? Is it the fact that she was,
I'm in pain. You know, I never thought that you would do that to me.
Yeah.
I'm a somebody. When I get one person, I don't go outside again. Now, as you speak, it's difficult for me to approach even woman. You understand? But you see, we have to move on in life. We can also think about this. You understand? But I'm trying to recover. You understand? It's not easy though. But as we speak, it's my sister and my children. We are together now. But maybe one day I'll find someone who can console me. But for now, I'm alone. You understand? I'm not saying that, excuse me to say, women are evil. No, I won't say that. But just that I would say it's a mistake. Or maybe where it's coming.
Do you admit it was a mistake on your part? Maybe to do due diligence? Or you think you just followed your heart?
Initially, I would say I did a lot of mistakes. I didn't plan well. I didn't take my time to find the woman. That's what I would say. So if you want to go to relationship, you have to take your time and also pray. And that you die before your time. Because if you find somebody and you love, in fact, I love the woman. I don't know whether, I won't say
even as at now?
Now, what we have done to me, that love have left. But before, the first year I left, I was still praying that I will come back. I don't know. I was still praying that I will come back. You understand? But I don't know. I just don't know. But I pray that I'll get the right person to.
So we are still here with Mr. Koomson. He's sharing his story of how his wife of 10 years cheated on him, and at every point in time that they had to conceive a child, this married woman would ask money from him or demand that she's paid for taking seed for him. It's a very bizarre story, and you've been sharing your comments with us. Pedro says, watching you live and clear inside Indianapolis, Kumasi, Tanoso, Kesben Junction X, the main location. Keep up the good work. Kweku Critical says, I'm in tune, Pa from Takwa. Okay. And Stephen Addy says, my name is Stephen Addy, 48 years. My wife is 44. We've been married for 23 years. I'm a teacher, and I've been reposted to a different station since 4 years. For For this, I see my wife only on Fridays and Saturdays. Recently, when I visited my wife and children, the urge to have, oh, I think I lost that message. Okay, so Pedro says X Live and Claire inside Indianapolis, Kumasi. Okay, and let's do some more messages. Well, you can still send your messages via the number that we have on our screens. It's Mr. Coulson sharing his story with us. Like I said, it's a very bizarre story, a very sad one. And all he wants is for us to share insights with him. Anything to console him. He's a very troubled man. But yeah, we're not done telling that story. Mr. Coulson, so let's talk about the kids now. You mentioned that for your second and third child, you're confident that
Yes, it's for me.
they are your kids.
But the first one,
What about the first one makes you think it's not your kid? Is it a he or she?
is he?
A he.
It's a man. It's
Okay.
a boy.
How old is he?
I have 2 boys, 1 girl.
Okay, how old is he? The first
I
one.
think the first one is 11 years. So
11
if you see the time we go to married and the time we give birth, there's a lot of contradiction. But as I said earlier on, even her own children, I've taken care of them. But I wanted to do DNA, but the money involved, better I used to take care of the children because the system too, as you see,
It's hard.
it's very powerful.
Right.
So I decided to forget about it and use the money rather to take care of the
them.
children because for their fees and all
But
that.
what, the features, his facial features, nothing makes you feel like that's your son?
Yes, that's what I see. But the second and the last, I can see the blood is there. You understand? I speak as a normal human being to just, though I'm not a doctor, but because I went to do a blood test, her DNA was different from me.
Okay.
So the doctor advised me that I should go and do DNA rather. That one can prove, that one can be authentic. You understand? But as I said, the money involved is huge, so
It's
I just
huge, so yeah.
want to forget about it so that I can take care of the children. That's the most important thing.
So all 3 kids are with you?
Yeah, they are with me, included
Okay.
my brother's children and my sister. My sister also have 1 kid. Also, they are with me. So we are together.
And she's been gone for a year.
Yes.
And since she left,
You
there
don't
has been no
call.
communication.
You rather
whatsoever.
go to my friend that I introduced to them. You know, if you go to my Yoruba means no friends and all that. You rather go there. He even went to my workplace to tell them that I stole money to build, and later I realized that
She went to your workplace to tell them that you stole money from them to build.
To build and all that. And later I realized that even going out with my boss, it became a lot
She was
of...
also going out with your
my
boss.
It became a lot of issue. But I try to avoid, because, you know, if I continue to harbor those things, I'm aging, as I said, it will be a problem for me.
So this boss, you still work with this boss?
Yes, I'm a good friend to him, but now that friendship have come down. Even give her money, I've even noticed, and I wanted to pay the money, but I refused to take the money. So I'm a man. If a man want a woman, he can see. You understand? So I forgot about it. Understand? He also go to friends that I have, both market and all that, just to tell them what is happening. But unfortunately for her, we won't say what is happening. You just turn the issue. They have to call me and I have to explain myself and all that. Sometimes I have to explain, sometimes I have to ignore. Even the church, even went to the church to also disgrace me and all that. The church have to call me, I have to explain and all that. You see, you have going round and round and round doing that with the mother. But as a man, sometimes you have to be mature and avoid some certain things, and that you can't live long. You understand? I pray that God will touch his heart to change.
So her cheating escapades, how did you find out that she was cheating?
But you see,
I mean, apart from the one, your boss, maybe because by virtue of the fact that you work with him, you're able to tell. But even that, how did you find out that she was cheating on you with, him and other people?
the thing all started from where I said I had the certificate. So, I was using iPhone. So I also buy iPhone for her. To be honest, not to disgrace her, academically, it's not that good. You understand? So the iPhone, I was using the same iCloud. And, if I'm using the same iCloud of iPhone, anybody calls, you can see.
So you used your
iCloud
email address, yes, iCloud email for her.
For her, but I don't know.
She doesn't know.
Yes. So if anybody calls, I can see the number.
But why did you do that?
Because of the
you suspected her?
Yes.
Okay.
So I've been receiving a lot of numbers that is unknowing.
Okay.
So when I see the number, I do call, and they confirm
that they are seeing her.
But now.
And do they see her as a married woman or they see her as a single woman?
First, there's a man I called, he said he's not aware. So later he apologized to me. And I came, I informed her. But when it happens, so we keep quiet. You understand? We keep quiet and you can see his demeanor have changed. You understand? But what you can do, just forget about it.
I mean, I watching you, I can see you're tearing up and all. This is not very easy for you.
I have several numbers. I do call them, and they normally some of them they confirm and tell me that they are not aware. You understand? They don't even know aware that they have children and blah blah blah. But you can't do anything. You have to.
But in all of this, have you been innocent?
I'm not perfect human being. You understand? But me, every human being have aim and dreams and vision. You understand? And my aim and dream and vision that I have to make sure where I didn't get to, my children will get to. I have to make life that in future I won't go and beg. You understand? Though in a way, maybe if I'll be off, but that doesn't mean that I'm not a good man.
But you didn't do anything to her that, warranted her actions? I mean, for a woman who is happily married in her home, why would she cheat?
Sometimes in life it's not smooth to the end. Sometimes it will be rough. As for her, if things are okay, you can see that it will tone down. You understand?
Things are okay. What does that mean?
If money is there, well, let me put it that way.
So she's very money-centered.
Yes, that type. But if things are not be like the way you wanted, then you begin to do whatever you want to do.
But didn't you know this about her in that short 3 months that you lived with her?
No.
She wasn't the money type at the time.
It demanded anyway, but not like the time we got married.
Okay.
And my fault is that the period we met, I have even wait or monitor her or examine her for some time. That is a mistake I did, but I've done it already.
Yeah.
And there's nothing I can do again. You understand? And I read that you have a sister, you also have the same issue. You understand? And I read that this is what they are doing for living.
What do they do?
I wouldn't say prostitute, and I wouldn't say they go out for men, but if I sit down and I meditate and I see what is happening, that's what they are doing.
How old is she?
Oh, it's a nice person. It's a beautiful woman.
Is she young or she is?
Oh, it's not that young. It's not that old. It's middle. It's a beautiful person.
So maybe she'd be in her late 30s?
Yes, it's more than 30.
More than 30?
More than 30, yes. As for her, I think that is beauty, so the beauty can take her to wherever you want to take her. But it's not about beauty. Sometimes the character also contributes factor. You understand? And in life, you can't predict tomorrow. Tomorrow is a big problem to every mankind, not today. But today, all of us, we have seen today. What about tomorrow?
Yeah.
We don't know what is going to happen tomorrow. It's only God who knows what is going to happen tomorrow. I think Ezekiel 24, I'm not a pastor anyway, but I read Bible a lot. Ezekiel 24 verse 5. Ezekiel's wife was disturbing and worrying her difficultly, but he prayed and the wife died. You see, mommy, when you push somebody to the wall and you bounce back, it's more than war. But in the Bible also said that you cannot pay evil to evil.
Yeah.
Sometimes because of mercy. Just leave it to God and God will judge.
So hold on a bit for me. We've got a caller on the phone lines. Isuman, hello?
Hello.
Hi, Isuman. Good morning to you.
Yes, yeah.
Right. I'm sure you've been following Mr. Kumson's story. What do you have to
Yes,
share?
please. I think this man should be made a pastor because he has a heart to contain everything in a relationship. But if he doesn't take care, that same heart can kill him. You see, you need to uproot it. No, you need not to cut off the stem. I'm happy he has gone over. Like when he said the early stages the woman left, he was praying the woman should come back. And looking at how and the sequence of event, I am not sure this woman is in a condition to change. Even if she should go and stay with even Pope John Paul, no. So the man should concentrate on the kids, which is his asset, and give them the best of education. And he should not say anything or allow people to do any communication around the wife's character in presence of the kids. You know, children don't do what we tell them. They do what they see us doing. So we should try as much as possible to keep the kids away from the wife so that they will not hear and see anything of such sort for them to pick it up. But I pray you should find a woman who understands that. It's difficult to get an angel, even we the men or the women, both sides, but we should come to a compromise to understand each other and move ahead with life. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Isuman, for sharing those insights with Mr. Kimson. So you were sharing a Bible verse with us, but let me take you a little bit back. When you sent your preliminary story or your initial story to us, you mentioned something about feces that had to do with feces, something.
Yes. So some of the things, because of pressure, I even forgot about them. Even as soon as you say this one, sometimes one time I cruise from, my work is I'm a mechanical engineer. My work is very tedious work. Sometimes when you come home, you are tired and all that, blah, blah, blah. And I saw that the cook that he cooked for me, he took some menses and put in order. I saw her. Yes. So, I approached her. She
used her menstrual period.
Yes.
How did you know?
Well, he went to the bathroom and come back to the food and put something inside. So I saw it. So I asked her, but it was quiet. So I took the food, but I didn't eat the food. So since that day, I stopped eating her food. Other we eat together, or I won't eat at all.
You eat at all.
Understand?
And you also mentioned about you giving your food to a cat.
Yes.
Hold on with that for me. We've got Patrick on the phone lines. Hello, Patrick. Hello, Patrick. Hello. Okay, we lost Patrick there. So you were saying?
I think one time that time I think we are at home. I think it's weekend, and I left for some meeting, and I come back and he had prepared food, and I said, because of what happened, I called her that we should eat together. He said no, you won't eat. So I called the children. He quickly came and took the children.
When you call the children to come eat with you, you should call the children to come.
And he take the children away. So I kept quiet. I didn't just say anything because if you are not careful, you may do something and you spoil whatever you are gathering. And
Hold on for me. Sadia is on the phone lines. Hello, Sadia.
Hello.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I have to offer some also facing the same problem. So me understand Papa, but I mean man or abortre, and I man wisdom. Which me function for
Right.
It's not be easy, but God will feed him through. Thank you.
Thank you, Sadia.
May God bless you.
Thank you.
May God bless the TV station too.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, so you were saying?
Me myself already advised myself already because of what is happening.
So she called the kids?
Yes, yes. So they refused to eat because of we called the kid. So I also took the food and sat down for some time, and I give the food to the cat. The cat died.
To the cat?
Yes, yes.
And the cat died?
But I kept quiet. I just took pictures and order, and I kept quiet. I didn't say anything. I didn't answer anything. That's what happened.
So you suspect that the food was, probably poisoned?
Then
what do you think her motive is?
Me, I can see that the building I have, because if you see the genesis of the matter, hiding your marriage certificate, don't give to your husband, because it make it clear to me that if the mother said it to her, that if you give the certificate, if I die, they can't use the certificate to claim my property. That one I hear from the mother to her, not her. You understand, on phone. But I kept quiet. I never asked her. I just kept quiet. But all the same, I also advise myself. You understand, as a man. And you know, nowadays, if you are not careful and you beat a woman, or you don't have any concrete evidence to prove what you are saying, you'll be in danger. Because we all know that women, they are not strong physically, financially, excuse me to use that word, you understand? Always, they think that we the men, we have the power to, when it comes to marital issues, you understand? So me, myself, from there, I'm very careful, whatever I do, so that it won't be like I'm an evil person, you understand?
So I would want to read some comments, but before that, quickly, we're wrapping up. Okay, let me just read the messages first. And this one says, "Hi, I'm Benjamin Paradox from Kwame Danso. I laugh when men say they don't understand women. How can you understand someone that was created when you were asleep? But on a more serious note, God is in control. Worry not." Right. And do we have more messages that I could read? Okay. So the case is in court. You're seeking to... Who took the case to court?
Initially, the police officer who threatened me some time ago came in to take my property for the woman.
For them?
Yes, they wanted to go to court, but I think that I even called their lawyer some time ago. The lawyer,
they took the case to the court?
I'm coming. The lawyer told them that per what they are telling the lawyer, they don't have any ground to go to court, you understand? So they refuse to do that, you understand? So the last one he left, then I decided that I have to go in. Yes.
Okay. So you're still in court proceedings? Okay. Mr. Koomson, your story is one sad one, but all hope is not lost. I like the fact that you have faith in God. You go to the Bible, and as Christians, in times of adversity, in the face of adversities, what we do is we talk to God and we read our Bibles and we strengthen ourselves. And I believe that you should keep up with that, and I'm sure that God will console you. But of course, all of us, we're here to see you through. If you need anyone to talk to, you can talk to my producer, myself. We're all here to support you. I mean, let me just read this last comment and then we can say bye-bye. "It's better to live long and take good care of the children than to follow the woman and die young, leaving the children to suffer. May the good Lord give you the peace you need." That's from Mante Harrison from Peve in the Volta region. And we're all praying that you get the peace that you so need, Mr. Koomson. Thank you so much for coming to share your story with us. So that has been our story. It's Mr. Koomson's story on our Secret and Confession series right here on Prime Morning. We still have quite a lot coming your way.